Let's have an honest chat. Is the simple act of getting out of your favorite armchair starting to feel like a major life event? Do you hear a little symphony of pops and clicks when you stand up in the morning that wasn't there a few years ago? If you're nodding your head, you are in very good company. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, reports that over half of all Americans aged 75 and older have been diagnosed with some form of arthritis. And for millions of us, that diagnosis comes with daily pain and limitations that can start to chip away at our independence and our joy. But what if I told you that a lot of what we accept as just getting older is actually a negotiation, and that one of the most powerful tools in that negotiation isn't in the pharmacy aisle, but right in your own kitchen pantry? If you've been telling yourself, well, this is just what 60, 70, or 80 feels like, I am here today to respectfully challenge that idea. Pain is not the mandatory part of aging. In the next 25 minutes, we are going to pull back the curtain on joint health. We'll explore the why behind the aches, and most importantly, we will count down the top 8 vegetarian foods that can help you rebuild from the inside out. This isn't about a magic pill. The problem we're talking about is really quite simple when you break it down. Over time, the natural cushioning in our joints can wear down. This remarkable cushioning is made of a protein called collagen. You can think of it as the body's scaffolding, or the glue that holds everything together, giving structure not just to our joints, but to our skin, bones, and tendons. The challenge is that as we get older, our body's natural ability to produce this vital protein slows down. After about age 40, we lose roughly 1% of our collagen every single year. So by the time we're 70 or 80, our internal supply is significantly lower than it was in our youth. Our goal today is to show you how to fight back, not by necessarily running out to buy expensive, often animal-based collagen supplements, but by giving your body the exact plant-based tools it needs to build its own fresh supply. The information we're sharing today isn't guesswork. We're drawing from research and insights from respected institutions like the Arthritis Foundation, the Cleveland Clinic, and studies published in major medical journals. To make this all really simple and clear, I want you to imagine that your body contains a highly sophisticated collagen factory. To build strong, healthy collagen for your joints, this factory needs 2 main things. First, the right raw materials, and second, the right tools and workers to assemble them. Today, we're going on a shopping trip to stock your factory with the absolute best vegetarian supplies available. So, here's our plan. We're going to count down the top 8 vegetarian foods for your collagen factory. We'll start at number 8 and work our way to the number 1 most crucial food of all. For each one, we'll talk about the specific supply it delivers to your factory, a simple way to use it, and when it's wise to have a quick chat with your doctor. You'll definitely want to stick around for number 2. It's a tiny little food that acts like the spark plug for the entire factory. And number 1, well, let's just say, without it, the factory doors close and production shuts down completely. And a quick but important reminder, I am not a doctor. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice from your own physician. Always consult your healthcare provider with any questions about your personal health. All right, let's get started. Time to stock that factory. All right, let's kick off our countdown at number 8 with a preemy, delicious favorite that has become incredibly popular over the last decade: the avocado. Avocados are fantastic for our joints for 2 main reasons. First, they are packed with healthy monounsaturated fats. These wonderful fats are known to be anti-inflammatory, and they help keep our skin And, importantly, our connective tissues hydrated and supple. But the real magic for our collagen factory is a mineral they deliver in spades: copper. In our factory analogy, if you think of collagen fibers as strong ropes, copper is the specialized welder on the assembly line. It's what's known as an enzyme cofactor that helps cross-link and strengthen those collagen and elastin fibers, giving them the durability and resilience they need to function properly. Without enough copper, the ropes we make are flimsy. The good news is that just a 50-gram serving, that's about 1/3 of a medium avocado, gives you a solid 10% of your daily copper needs. I think of my neighbor Carol. She's in her early 70s and she loves her morning walks, but she started complaining that her knees felt creaky, almost like a rusty door hinge. She started adding half an avocado to her big lunch salad every day. A few months later, she told me she just felt better lubricated. Now, it wasn't a miracle cure that happened overnight, but that consistent, daily dose of healthy fats and that crucial copper mineral made a noticeable difference in her daily comfort and confidence. So your action step here is simple and delicious. Instead of using butter on your morning toast, try using mashed avocado. Instead of mayonnaise in a chicken or tuna salad sandwich, use avocado for that creamy texture. Or, here's a wonderfully simple trick. Add a quarter of an avocado to your morning smoothie. It makes it incredibly rich and creamy. You won't even taste it, but your body will get that fantastic copper and healthy fat boost to start the day. Of course, it's important to remember that avocados are calorie-dense. If you are managing your weight or have been advised by your doctor to watch your fat intake, just be mindful of your portion sizes. That 1/3 of an avocado is a great daily target. And if you happen to be on blood thinners, it's worth noting that avocados do contain vitamin K. It's always a good idea to have a conversation with your doctor to ensure your intake of vitamin K-rich foods is consistent. So we've covered a creamy fruit that delivers our collagen welder. Now, let's move on to a food from the fungus kingdom that provides an even more potent source of this crucial mineral. That brings us directly to number 7. Coming in at number 7 is a food with a rich, savory flavor that chefs like to call umami: the shiitake mushroom. Like avocados, shiitake mushrooms are a copper superstar, but they are even more concentrated. In fact, just a half cup of cooked shiitake mushrooms can provide over 70% of your entire daily copper requirement. This makes them one of the very best vegetarian sources on the planet for that collagen welding mineral we need to create strong, stable connective tissue in our joints. But that's not all they do. Shiitakes are also rich in unique compounds called polysaccharides, like lentinin, which numerous studies have shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory and immune-supporting properties. So with shiitakes, you get a fantastic double benefit. You're providing the tools to help build and strengthen the joint structure, and at the same time, you're getting compounds that help calm the very inflammation that tries to attack it. I think of my Uncle Frank, who was always a bit skeptical of what he called fancy foods. He was a classic meat and potatoes kind of guy. But his wife, my aunt, started adding finely chopped, sautéed shiitake mushrooms to their Sunday pot roast gravy. He didn't even know what they were at first. So please, don't be intimidated by them. The easiest way to cook shiitake mushrooms is to simply slice them and sauté them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and garlic, and maybe a tiny splash of soy sauce until they're fragrant and golden brown. You can add them to omelets, stir-fries, or pasta dishes. A fantastic, simple meal is to just stir them into a basic vegetable or chicken broth. It creates a deeply flavorful and joint-supporting soup that is perfect on a chilly day. Now, a quick but important note. because shiitake mushrooms can have a stimulating effect on the immune system. If you have a diagnosed autoimmune condition, like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, it's a very good idea to speak with your doctor before making them a regular part of your diet. For most people, however, they are perfectly safe and incredibly beneficial. From the welders that strengthen our collagen, let's now turn our attention to the bodyguards that protect it. This brings us to a very common vegetable at number 6, one that is, unfortunately, often misunderstood. At number 6 on our countdown, we have the humble, versatile, and absolutely delicious tomato. Tomatoes are a fantastic two-for-one deal for your joints. First, they are an excellent source of vitamin C, which we're going to talk about a lot more as we get closer to number 1. For now, just know it's the non-negotiable foreman of our collagen factory. But tomatoes also contain a powerful antioxidant called lycopene. It's the compound that gives them their beautiful, rich red color. In our factory, I want you to think of lycopene as a dedicated, full-time bodyguard for your collagen. Daily life, environmental stress, and inflammation create what are known as free radicals in your body. These are unstable molecules that bounce around, causing damage to your cells and breaking down your precious collagen structure. Lycopene is an absolute champion at neutralizing these free radicals, protecting your existing collagen from harm and degradation. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, so I need to address the elephant in the room: nightshades. For years, there has been a persistent myth that people with arthritis should avoid tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants because of a compound called solanine. But I want to be very clear. Major health organizations, including the Arthritis Foundation, state that there is no scientific evidence to support this claim for the vast majority of people. In fact, the powerful anti-inflammatory benefits of the nutrients found in tomatoes far outweigh any of these unproven risks. I remember a woman named Maria who attended a health seminar I was running. She had sworn off tomatoes for nearly a decade because of her arthritis pain, and she terribly missed her family's traditional pasta sauce recipe. After we discussed the science, she decided to try reintroducing them slowly into her diet. To her delight, she found they didn't trigger her pain at all, and she was overjoyed to be able to eat her favorite comfort food again. It was a huge, simple boost to her quality of life. Here's a great tip. Cooking tomatoes actually increases the bioavailability of that wonderful lycopene. So your action step is to enjoy cooked tomato products. A simple, low-sodium tomato soup, a hearty vegetable stew with a rich tomato base, or even a small glass of low-sodium tomato juice are all fantastic ways to get your daily dose of collagen's bodyguard. The main thing to watch for with tomatoes is, of course, acidity. If you have a history of acid reflux or GERD, you already know that tomatoes can sometimes be a trigger. If you find that's the case for you, you may need to limit them. But for your joint health specifically, they are a true friend, not a foe. So we have our welders and our bodyguards. Now it's time to bring in the actual raw materials to build with. That takes us to number 5, a true staple of a healthy plant-based diet. Halfway through our list, coming in at number 5, we have tofu and its source, the mighty soybean. This includes foods like edamame and soy milk as well. If our collagen factory is going to build strong new structures, it needs a steady supply of lumber and bricks. Soy delivers them in abundance. Soy products are packed with the key amino acids proline and glycine, which are the direct physical building blocks of the collagen protein itself. But soy has a secret weapon that makes it unique. It contains a special plant compound called genistein. Think of genistein as a special signal to your factory manager. It actively prompts your body to ramp up collagen production and at the same time helps to block the specific enzymes that are responsible for breaking your collagen down. Some clinical studies have even shown that regular soy consumption can significantly boost collagen levels and improve skin health, which is a great indicator of what's happening in our connective tissues. I once knew a gentleman named David who decided to go vegetarian in his late 60s, primarily for his heart health. He was worried about getting enough protein and was completely new to tofu. He had the common impression that it would be bland and rubbery. He started with a very simple tofu scramble for breakfast, crumbling a block of firm tofu in a pan with some spices, just like he used to do with eggs. He was shocked at how well it took on the flavor of the seasonings and how filling it was. It quickly became a new staple for him, and he was getting all those crucial collagen-building blocks without even thinking about it. If you're new to tofu, your action step is to start simple. Buy a block of silken or soft tofu. You can blend this type into soups or sauces to make them wonderfully creamy and add a hidden protein boost. Or buy firm or extra firm tofu. Press out the water and crumble it in a hot pan with a little oil and your favorite seasonings, like turmeric, cumin, and black pepper, for a delicious scramble that's easy to chew and digest. As for red flags, if you have a known soy allergy, you should obviously avoid it. Also, if you have a history of thyroid issues, some evidence suggests that very high soy intake might interfere with the absorption of your medication. This is a perfect topic to discuss with your endocrinologist or primary care doctor to find the right, healthy balance for you. Okay, let's take a quick breath. We're halfway through our countdown, and we've already stocked our Collagen Factory with some amazing tools. We have the copper welder from avocados and shiitake mushrooms to make our collagen fibers strong. We have the antioxidant bodyguard lycopene from tomatoes to protect those fibers. And we have the raw materials and production signals from tofu and soybeans. Do you see the pattern emerging here? It's not about one single magic food. It's about creating a team of nutrients that all work together to support your body's natural, incredible power to heal and rebuild. And by the way, if you're finding this information helpful and empowering, it would mean the world to me if you just take a moment to tap that like button below. It's a small click for you, but it tells YouTube that this is valuable information and helps other folks just like you find our community. Thank you so much for that. All right, are you ready for the top 4? This is where we get into the real heavy hitters. Let's dive in. Our number 4 spot goes to a whole category of nutritional superstars: dark leafy greens, especially powerhouse vegetables like spinach and kale. Leafy greens are a cornerstone of a joint-healthy diet for a few critical reasons. First, just like tomatoes, they are absolutely loaded with vitamin C, our essential factory foreman. But they also bring 2 other critical elements to the job site. They are packed with a wide array of antioxidants that combat the free radical damage that degrades our joints over time. And second, they are one of the best sources of vitamin K. Research highlighted by the Arthritis Foundation shows that eating vitamin K-rich vegetables like spinach, kale, and broccoli can dramatically reduce the inflammatory markers found in our blood. Remember our 1-2 punch idea? Leafy greens are the perfect example. They provide the vitamin C needed to help build collagen, while simultaneously providing the vitamin K and antioxidants to fight the inflammation that's trying to tear it down. My own mother, at 75, found that chewing big, tough salads was becoming difficult. She knew she needed to get her greens in, but it felt like a chore. Her big breakthrough was discovering the wilting technique. She would throw a huge handful of fresh baby spinach into her hot soup right before serving, or stir it into her pasta sauce at the very end of cooking. The greens would wilt down to almost nothing, becoming incredibly easy to eat. and she was getting all of the nutritional benefits without the work of heavy chewing. It was a real game changer for her. So that's your action step. Make it easy on yourself. The wilting trick is fantastic. Add a handful of spinach or finely chopped kale to your soups, stews, or sauces in the last minute of cooking. Another great way is to blend them. A handful of kale or spinach in a fruit smoothie is virtually tasteless, but it floods your body with these incredible joint-supporting nutrients. Now for the red flag. Just like with avocados, dark leafy greens are very high in vitamin K. If you are taking a blood thinner like warfarin or Coumadin, it is absolutely crucial that you talk to your doctor. The goal is never to avoid these incredibly healthy foods, but to maintain a consistent intake from day to day so that your medication can be dosed correctly and effectively. So, we've helped calm the inflammation with our leafy greens. Now it's time to bring in the main delivery of raw materials. Coming in at number 3 are the true foundational foods for building new collagen. At number 3, we have the humble, the affordable, and the incredibly powerful family of legumes. This includes all kinds of beans and lentils. If our collagen factory is going to build anything, it needs a massive and steady supply of lumber, bricks, and mortar. For collagen production, that means the amino acids glycine, proline, and especially lysine. Beans and lentils are, without a doubt, one of the single best plant-based sources for these essential building blocks. Lysine is particularly important. I once worked with a retired construction foreman named George. He told me, "I spent my whole life building things, and now I feel like my own body is falling apart." The factory analogy really clicked with him. He started thinking of his daily lunch, which was often just a simple can of soup, in a completely new way. He began choosing lentil soup or black bean soup, and he'd think to himself, "I'm not just eating lunch. I'm sending a shipment of bricks and mortar to the job site in my knees." That mental shift from being a passive eater to an active builder was incredibly empowering for him. Your action step is to start with soups. A hearty lentil, black bean, or split pea soup is one of the most comforting and joint-friendly meals you can possibly eat. Another incredibly easy way to get more legumes is to make a simple bean dip. Take a can of cannellini beans or chickpeas, rinse them very well, and blend them with a little olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic to make your own delicious hummus or white bean dip. It's a wonderful snack with some raw vegetable sticks or whole grain crackers. Now, we all know that beans can sometimes cause, well, a bit of digestive distress. To minimize this, it's very important to always rinse canned beans thoroughly in a colander. This washes away the excess starches that can cause gas. If you're cooking them from their dry form, soaking them in water overnight makes them much easier to digest. If you're new to eating a lot of beans, just start with smaller portions and let your body adjust. We have our raw materials. We have our foremen. But to make the machines in the factory run smoothly, we need a spark. That brings us to our runner-up at number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot on our list is a tiny seed that packs a mighty punch, the pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seeds are absolute nutritional dynamos. They provide a fantastic source of those key collagen-building amino acids, glycine and proline, that we've been talking about. But their most vital contribution to our collagen factory is the essential mineral zinc. If vitamin C is the factory foreman, then zinc is the spark plug for the machinery. It's an essential cofactor, which means it helps to activate the very enzymes that are responsible for synthesizing collagen. Without enough zinc, the entire production line slows to a crawl. Just a single 1-ounce serving of pumpkin seeds can provide about 20% of your daily zinc needs. As a bonus, They are also rich in magnesium, which is crucial for bone health, and they contain healthy fats that help fight inflammation. My friend's father, Bob, had a habit of snacking on a bowl of potato chips while he watched the evening news. It was just a habit, something he did without thinking. His daughter made a simple change. She swapped the bowl of chips for a small bowl of lightly salted, roasted pumpkin seeds. At first, he grumbled a bit, but soon he grew to love their nutty flavor and satisfying crunch. He had no idea he was doing his joints a huge favor. This is one of the easiest foods to add to your diet. Your action step is to keep a small jar of raw or roasted pumpkin seeds on your kitchen counter. Sprinkle a tablespoon on your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Toss them onto a salad for a wonderful, satisfying crunch. You can even blend them into smoothies. The goal here isn't to eat a huge amount at once, but to get that small, consistent intake day after day. The main red flag here is simply portion size. Pumpkin seeds are calorie-dense, so a little goes a long way. A small handful, which is about 1 ounce, is a perfect serving size. And if you buy them already roasted, try to look for unsalted or lightly salted varieties to keep your sodium intake in check. Okay, we've got the spark plugs, the raw materials, the welders, and the bodyguards. But there is one single nutrient that is the absolute, undisputed boss of the entire collagen factory. Without it, all the other wonderful materials we've gathered just sit in a pile on the factory floor, completely unused. This brings us to our number one food group. And here we are, at the number one spot. The most critical, non-negotiable, all-star vegetarian food group for boosting collagen and strengthening your joints is citrus fruits and berries. This includes oranges, lemons, grapefruits, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and kiwis, all of them. Why are they number one? Because they are the undisputed kings of vitamin C. And in our collagen factory, vitamin C is the chief foreman. It is absolutely essential for collagen synthesis. It literally takes the amino acids, proline and lysine, and helps to hydroxylate them, a chemical process that is required to form the stable, triple helix structure of a finished collagen molecule. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot form collagen effectively. It does not matter how many amino acids from beans you eat, or how much zinc and copper you get from seeds and mushrooms. This is precisely why a severe vitamin C deficiency, a condition known as scurvy, results in the catastrophic breakdown of all connective tissues in the body. To top it all off, vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant in its own right, protecting your joints from inflammatory damage. Here's the best analogy of all. Think of building a strong brick wall. The beans and seeds we talked about are the bricks. The copper from avocados is the mortar that holds them together. But vitamin C is the bricklayer. You can have a mountain of bricks and a giant trough full of mortar, but without the bricklayer to actually pick them up and put them together in the right way, you don't have a wall. You just have a messy pile of supplies. That's how vital vitamin C is. It is the master builder. Your action step is to make this effortless. Start your day by squeezing the juice of half a lemon into a glass of warm water. Top your morning cereal or oatmeal with a handful of fresh or even frozen berries. Have a simple orange as an afternoon snack. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just make a conscious effort to get one of these powerful foods into your diet every single day. As for red flags, citrus fruits are acidic and can be tough on tooth enamel over time. Simply rinsing your mouth with plain water after eating them is a good and simple practice. More importantly, for those on certain medications, particularly some statins or blood pressure drugs, grapefruit and grapefruit juice can interfere with them. It is very important to check with your doctor or your pharmacist about that specific interaction. And there you have it. 8 powerful, delicious, and natural tools to get your body's collagen factory back in business and working for you. So as we've seen today, taking on joint pain isn't about finding one single magic bullet. It's about becoming a smart and strategic manager of your own body. It's about understanding that your body has this incredible innate ability to build and repair, and our job is simply to provide it with the right supplies to do its work. The key message I want you to leave with is this: you are the chief executive of your own health, and you are the manager of your own collagen factory. By consciously choosing foods like berries for their vitamin C, beans for their amino acids, pumpkin seeds for their zinc, and avocados for their copper, you are making intelligent, daily deposits into your personal health bank account. These small choices, when they are compounded over time, are what lead to real, tangible, lasting results. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Which of these 8 foods was the biggest aha moment for you? Was there one you're now excited to try, or a recipe idea you'd like to share? Please leave a comment down below. I love reading your stories and your insights, and it helps everyone in our wonderful community learn from each other. And if you enjoyed this deep dive and want more practical, no-nonsense content to help you live a healthier, more vibrant, and more independent life, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the little notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, you have more power over your health than you've been led to believe. Here's to stronger joints, more mobility, and many wonderful active years ahead. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.